What's up, Packer fans? Welcome back to Cheesehead Talk. It's your boy Tremel, and the 2019 regular season schedules for the Green Bay Packers have finally released. It's a lot of exciting games that are coming up this season. A lot of games that I'm excited about. I'm going to give a quick review of the schedule, so let's get to it. On week 1, September 5th, the Green Bay Packers travel to Chicago at Soldier Field. On Thursday Night Football, we are the first two teams to kick off the NFL season. I'm very excited for this game, one, because it's opening night. And when it's opening night, the night before, I never get any sleep. Last season, when we played Chicago for opening night, I got a good 2-3 hours of sleep. I never get any sleep the night before of the first game of the season because I'm so excited. Football has been gone for a good 6 to 8 months by that time, so the excitement level will be extremely high. I know it's going to be another sleepless night the night before that game. And also another reason I'm excited for that game is because the Bears were the division champs last season. And we're looking to regroup and reclaim what's ours, reclaim that NFC North title. Hopefully we can get it this season. And that first game of the season will be a very good one. Now, moving on to week 2, we have our first home game of the season, September 15th, against the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, I said it, the Minnesota Vikings. We haven't beat them in the last 2 seasons, so I'm looking forward to that game. Hopefully we can get our first win on them in the last 2 seasons. Now, moving on to week 3, September 22nd, we play the Denver Broncos at home. Now, I'm a little excited about this game because I have a good friend of mine. He's a Denver Bronco fan, so it's going to be a lot of trash talking for that game. And, of course, we're going to bet money on that game. I can't wait for that one. Moving on to week 4, September 26th, we play the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football. Now, I can't wait for this game because Aaron Rodgers and Carson Wentz, those are my 2 favorite quarterbacks. Now, of course, Aaron Rodgers is my favorite. He's my favorite athlete of all time. But Carson Wentz, he's my second favorite quarterback in this NFL. And both quarterbacks are looking to have bounce-back years because they really struggled last season. And they're looking forward to getting back into that MVP race like they know they should. But I'm excited for that game. My 2 favorite quarterbacks going at it on Thursday Night Football prime time. So I can't wait for that one. Moving on to week 5. Now, this game I'm probably the most excited for because I will be there. The Green Bay Packers travel on the road to Dallas at Jerry's World. We play the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm from Dallas, Texas, so I will be at that game. I live in Houston right now, but I'm going to make that 3-hour and 45-minute drive to Dallas. Make sure I catch that game. This will be my 4th Packers and Cowboys game at Jerry's World. And so far, the Packers are 3-0. The first game I went to was the year Matt Flynn came in for Aaron Rodgers when Rodgers broke his collarbone that season. And we were down 26-3 at halftime. Man, I thought the game was over. Halftime, I went to the bathroom, went in the stall, cried for a little bit, came back. Start the second half, Matt Flynn led us to a comeback, a miraculous comeback. I believe we won the game 37-36. So that was a very great game, very exciting. The second game I went to was that playoff game in the run the table season. Man, that was so exciting. I almost had a heart attack because just like the other game, that one came down to the last seconds. We win that one 34-31. Of course, Aaron Rodgers had that miraculous pass to Jared Cook, and then Mason Crosby had the game-winning kick to send us to the NFC Championship. So that one was exciting as well. And the third game that I went to was the season after that in 2017, where Aaron Rodgers threw that game-winning touchdown to Devontae Adams. That one was also exciting as well. That was another comeback win for the Packers. And honestly, I don't know which game was my favorite because they were all exciting. They all came down to the last minute, last seconds. But that last game I went to when Rodgers threw that touchdown to Devontae Adams for the game winner, I cried tears of joy. That was the first time I've ever cried over a game with tears of joy. And, man, it was just so exciting. It was just great. But I'm looking forward to seeing another exciting game when I go to the game on week 5, October 6th at Dallas. It's gonna be exciting, so I can't wait for that game. But moving on, week 6 on October 14th, we play the Detroit Lions at home on Monday Night Football. Now I'm looking forward to this game as well because we haven't beat the Lions in the last 2 seasons. They swept us the last 2 years, so looking forward to ending that streak right there, and hopefully we can turn some things around and get our first win on them in the last 2 years. But moving on, week 7, October 20th, we play the Oakland Raiders. Now, a lot of people are sleeping on this Oakland Raiders team and John Gruden. A lot of people have bashed John Gruden, but I think this man is a genius, and he's turning this franchise around. He's really rebuilding this franchise, and they're going to be a pretty good team coming real soon. They should be decent this upcoming season, but a lot of people are sleeping on them. I think it'll be a good game at Lambeau. But moving on to week 8, October 27th, Sunday Night Football. We go on the road to Kansas City to host the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers. Man, it's going to be very exciting. A lot of people compare Rodgers to Patrick Mahomes. And, man, Patrick Mahomes, he's the reigning MVP. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of potential, and he's going to be the best quarterback in the league coming soon, if he's not now, honestly. But, man, Patrick Mahomes, he's got a very bright future, and it's going to be tough. This is going to be a very good game, very exciting game. Prime time, Sunday Night Football. Hopefully we see an exciting one. Week 9, we move on. November 3rd, we go to Los Angeles and play the Los Angeles Chargers. Phillip Rivers versus Aaron Rodgers. This might be their last meeting in their careers because both of them are getting up there in age. But we got another tough one on the road. This one should be a good one. 2 very good teams, I believe, in my opinion. Moving on to week 11. That's the bye week. No, excuse me. Week 10. We play the Carolina Panthers at home. This one should be a good one. Cam Newton, he's looking to have a bounce back year. He had a pretty good season to start, and then at the end, they just fell off. I believe they lost 7, 8 straight. I don't remember how much it was, but man, they really choked. They had their playoff spot locked up pretty much, and they lost their last 7, 8 games, and they just fell out the playoff race. But Cam Newton, he's looking to have a bounce back year, and I don't really see them being a pretty good team this year. I think they'll be decent at best. But I could be wrong. You never know. It's too early to judge right now. We're only in April. But I look forward to that game. Now, the next week, week 11, November 17th, that's our bye week. I'm glad we had the bye week pretty late. Last season, I believe the bye week was way, way too early. We had it at week 6, and there was a lot of football left to be played after week 6. So, of course, injuries are more likely to happen when it's a lot of football like that left to be played. But I think the bye week is at a perfect time, and hopefully we can have some players rest. If somebody's hurt, they can come back the next week and be well rested. Moving on to week 12, November 24th, we play the San Francisco 49ers on the road. Now, the San Francisco 49ers, they should be on the come up this season. They really struggled last year. But when they're healthy, it looks like they might have a pretty decent team this year. So that one might be a good one. Last year was a good one. We played them on Monday Night Football at Lambeau. And that one came down to the final seconds. We kicked the game-winning field goal to win 34-31. So this one might be exciting as well. Week 13, we go on the road again to New York and play the New York Giants. The way it's looking, the New York Giants aren't looking too good right now. They still have a problem at quarterback. Eli Manning, he's pretty terrible. I think his time is up. I don't know why he's still the starting quarterback, but I'll take it. I want to see him in week 13. I wouldn't mind seeing him at all. But Saquon Barkley, man, in my opinion, he's the best running back in the NFL. Nobody can cut like him. Nobody can move in space like him. And when he's out in the open field, you might as well just move out the way because you're not touching him. And you're not going to catch him when he's behind the secondary. He's got game breaking speed. He's amazing. He has potential to be one of the greatest running backs of all time. In my opinion, he's the best running back in the league right now. But they traded Odell Beckham. They still have Evan Ingram and they still have Sterling Shepard, but I don't see them being a good team this year. I think they'll be one of the worst teams in the league. I could be wrong. You never know. It's way too early to judge, but the way it's looking right now, they look like they'll be a bad team. And I'm pretty sure we'll take that one. But moving on to week 14, we go on the road. No, excuse me. We have a home game against the Washington Redskins. Last season, the Redskins really whooped up on us, but they lost some people from last year. Of course, we took Preston Smith from him in free agency. But this isn't the same Redskins team. I believe Case Keenum is their starting quarterback now. And they don't have any receivers anymore. I believe they'll be a pretty bad team as well. But you never know. Like I said, it's too early. We only in April. Moving on to week 15. We got a home game against the Chicago Bears. This one is going to be another good one. Our division rivals. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be fighting for the division at the end of the season. I'm pretty sure we're going to have similar records. So this one will be a good one as well. So I'm very excited for that game. Now, week 16. On December 23rd, we go on the road to Minnesota and play the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football. Now, this one will be another exciting game as well. Minnesota might be up there in the mix as well for a playoff spot and fighting for that division title. I can't wait for that game. And week 17, last game of the season, we played the Detroit Lions on December 29th. Final game of the season. That's the fourth year in a row that we played the Lions. Last game of the season. I'm not sure how the Lions will look at the end of the year. They could possibly be fighting for a playoff spot at the end as well. They could be fighting for the division with us. You just never know. They really don't look that bad on paper. They have potential to win the division, but I highly doubt that that'll happen. But again, 4 years in a row, we've hosted the Lions on the last game of the season. Hopefully this year we'll have something to play for. Last 2 seasons, we didn't have anything to play for. So hopefully that'll change this year. And basically what I like about the schedule is the primetime games. We got a lot of primetime games this year. We have 2 Thursday night football games, 2 Monday night football games, and the Sunday night football game. And I'm not sure when they'll have the America's Game of the Week on the schedule, but I'm pretty sure that Dallas game will be America's Game of the Week. Some of the division games might be primetime games. So we got a lot of primetime games coming up, a lot of TV time. I'm excited about that. And I just hope the Green Bay Packers can rebounce from what they had last year, because last season it was a total disaster, man. It was super depressing. It really was. I've been a fan of the Green Bay Packers since 2007, and that's probably the worst season that I've ever seen, honestly. The year before was pretty bad, but that was due to Aaron Rodgers having an injury and missing games. But last season, that was the worst season I've ever seen as a Packer fan. And I've come to a realization that we're not the same Packers team that we were 2 and 3 years ago, where we can have bad starts like the run the table season where we started out 4-6, then we finished 10-6 and won 2 playoff games. We bounced back and ran the table. And then another season where the relaxed season, I think it was 2014, where we started out 1-2, then we go on an 8-game win streak. I just realized, I came to a realization that we're not that team anymore. We're much younger. We don't have those same veterans anymore. So we can't do those things anymore. And I just humbled myself. I had to learn to humble myself that we're not the same Green Bay Packers team that we used to be. We have the potential to be, but going into this season, I'm gonna keep it humble. I'm gonna make an early prediction right now. Later, eventually, probably before preseason starts, I'll make a prediction video of what the Green Bay Packers record would be. I'll go game by game. But if I had to make a prediction now, I'll go 10-6. I'm gonna keep it very biased. Last season, my prediction was 13-3, and I was totally wrong on that one. So hopefully this season we can have a much better year. Hopefully we can have a great draft. A draft video coming up real soon. So stay tuned for that. And that's all I have for you guys. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any comments, leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think about the Green Bay Packers 2019 regular season schedule.